Hey, welcome back to the podcast. It's Tuesday, the Evil Dungeon Master Universe podcast. Hopefully, you're having a good week going on as we're moving closer to the weekend and Labor Day weekend here in America. As we'll have a nice holiday this coming weekend, and hopefully, some people get some gaming done or at least spend some quality time with their family, or maybe spending some quality time with their gaming books, depending on what you think is your priority. And my priority is going to be spending time with family and gaming books. So there you got it. Got another suggestion for a magical item that they want to hear. This one comes from a viewer on my YouTube channel, Batman Tim. And Tim wanted to know about the Boots of Speed, even though it's probably an item that everybody's heard about and used. But he figured it'd be good to talk about a traditional magical item. So why not? Boots of Speed. It is on the Dungeon Master's Guide. Yeah, there we go. Page 139. The Boots of Speed. These boots enable the wearer to run at the speed of a fast horse, about 24 inches base movement speed. For every 10 pounds, 100 gold piece equivalent, of weight over 200 pounds, the wearer is slowed by 1 inch in movement. So a 180-pound human with 60 pounds of gear would move only 20 inches base movement rate. And if a sack of 500 gold pieces were being carried in addition, the movement rate would be slowed down yet another 5 inches. For every hour of continuous fast movement, the wearer must rest 1 hour. No more than 8 hours of consecutive fast movement are possible before the wearer must rest. The Boots of Speed does give a +2 armor class value in combat situations where movement of this sort is possible. A little early in the morning here. So Boots of Speed will let you move about 24 inches like a really fast light horse. Obviously, if you get over 200 pounds of weight on you, it moves down an inch for every 10 pounds. You can run up to 8 hours without having to rest, but then you have to rest for every hour that you've ran. So if you ran for 2 hours straight, really fast, you'd have to rest for 2 hours before you can even use this again. Now, it does add +2 to AC during movement scenarios such as combat and things like that. I would say that obviously, if you're being attacked from behind, it doesn't matter. It doesn't provide you that +2. If you're stuck in a web, or if you're stuck in some type of glue trap or something that holds you down so you can't move, you will not get that +2. Plus your dexterity bonus is more than likely as well too, depending on the situation. They're worth about 2,000 XP, 15,000 gold on the magic item table. So it really depends. That could go up or down if you're running one of those games that has a black market for things or a market for things. Obviously, the numbers in the DMG are a base standard of a suggestion. Anything in the books are suggestions. So if you want to make this item one of those items in your world that's super rare and not many people have had it or heard of it, maybe make it 150,000 gold pieces. Hey, it's your game, right? Should always kind of be wary when giving these magical items out because it could break balance in the game. Now, a question to DMs are, and I definitely would not probably allow this, but don't let this stack with other things like a haste spell or something like that, because then it would just make the OP. It doesn't say you can't stack, but generally when magical items, things like these things don't allow stacking. But again, it's your campaign. You could do whatever you want as far as letting the magic item stack. If you want to let it stack, then by all means, do it. Have to say that you have to be on top of your players when it comes to their weight management for this game. I'm not talking about them eating food and stuffing their face at the table. I'm talking about their character weight management as far as encumbrance. Because this magical item really only works well if you're under a certain poundage. Then you can use full advantage. If you stop worrying about encumbrance and things you're carrying, it defeats the purpose of slowing the magical item down. You also have to remember to encourage that The longer you use it, the more you have to rest. So if they're going to run for 8 hours straight, which by all means you can, according to this magical item, then you're going to want to make sure the players have to rest. Whether you want to do it in the form of you finally stop after running for 8 hours and you're so exhausted you need to find a place to rest your head. You walk around for a slight bit and you start to feel the earth come in on you, or maybe you could say your eyes start slowly going black. You know, in video games, how they have that whole tired thing, your eyelids close a little bit, and they open, they close a little bit, they open. You start to see a little bit of dark, as if you're almost ready to pass out. You can describe it like that, so that they have to, no matter what, at this point, find a place to sit down and rest, or lay down and rest. If it's only an hour, I would definitely say that you feel so exhausted. Think about it as if you were outside in the summertime working in the yard for an hour or so, and after that hour or so in the yard, you're sweating. You don't, you feel really tired, and your muscles kind of starting to ache, just a slight little ache on the muscles, and you just want to sit down and relax and just take in the environment for a little while. You could describe it as those situations when it comes to having to rest. So the player is kind of aware how his character feels. So it's not just like, all right, you ran for an hour, now you got to rest. And the player's like, why do we have to rest? I mean, oh, but I just not use the boots. No, you have to rest, dude. That's how it works. You have to rest. You have to recuperate. Maybe make it so that they're so thirsty that they're seeking out water and they need to have a nice glass of water and sit down. You've obviously people out there have exercised in some form or way, whether you're running or walking for a long distance or working out or something. You're thirsty, you're tired afterwards. So think of those situations when it comes to this magical item. So those are the things you have to take in consideration when using these magical items. And the Boots of Speed are a traditional item I've seen many times given out. And it's given out so much that I've seen people like, Boots of Speed. And then the other one is the Boots of Elvenkind, are usually given out, and people always get those. So tell me what you think about this traditional magical item, or maybe a normal magical item, in the comments below. Don't forget to head over to Spotify. You can comment there. You can comment on YouTube as well. Don't forget you can support the channel. TheEvilDM.com is my website. Go there and check out everything I've been doing. Keep it original, keep it old school. Good night. God bless.